We saw dead bodies and there was blood all around and we were so much shaken at that time.
The 5 men joined their colleagues. No one spoke. Outside, the day was brightening. The militants addressed the staff.
They were talking to us. They said, do you know why we have killed these people? Because these people drink alcohol. They also take cannabis. They wear bad clothes and they don't help the poor. That is why we have killed them.
And did you say anything to them? Did you speak to them?
No. Just look down, all of them.
And after this speech that they made to you, what happened?
Then they said, we are going to heaven. Very soon we will meet in the heavens. You can go. After saying this, the attackers, all of them, went out. They looked back, raised their thumb. Then there were volleys of shots from everywhere coming down.
Operation Thunderbolt, a commando-led assault with armoured personnel carriers, lasted around half an hour. By 8 a.m. on Saturday the 2nd of July, the 5 militants lay dead on the Holy Artisan's lawn, together with the pizza chef. Delwar Hussain and the Hindu chef Shishir Sarkar were among the 33 people who got out alive over the course of the night, but they were dealt some pretty rough treatment by the military after being rescued. One restaurant worker who escaped with injuries from the Holy Artisan in the early hours was picked up by the police. He was admitted to intensive care later with what his parents described as signs of torture. He died in hospital. 20 people, most customers inside the restaurant, the majority Japanese and Italian, were murdered by the attackers. After the siege, Dhaka was in shock. But the stories of courage that rose from the appalling bloody debris of the attack were heartening. We've heard from Shishir Sarkar and Delwar Hussain, ordinary young men whose lives changed forever that horrifying night. They survived. Faraz Ayaz Hussain didn't. He was a 20-year-old who'd gone to meet 2 friends at the Holy Artisan. They too were killed. Soon after the siege, and no one seems to know where this story came from, an incredible account emerged of the last moments of Faraz, as his brother Zarez and grandfather Latifa Rahman told us.
So, from what we heard, what transpired inside was that he was a Bangladeshi, he was a Muslim, and therefore he would have logically been let go by the terrorists. But when told to leave, he said, what about my friends? Right? He asked after his friends whether they could be with him as well. And when his friends were denied freedom, he said, I'm not leaving them.
I mean, when you heard that story, Mr. Rahman, how did that fit with what you know about your grandson?
Let me tell you this, that I struggle with it every day. I understand what he did. I deeply admire what he did. But I struggle with understanding how one could do that. And the conclusion I come to is that I struggle because I don't have the guts. I don't have that strength to do what this young boy did.
Faraz has been posthumously awarded by international agencies for standing up for social justice. In Bangladesh, local squares and babies have been named after him. But there's a terrible parallel. At least 3 of the gunmen were also from wealthy families and, like Faraz, attended English medium schools. 2 had studied at foreign universities. 1 was the son of an Awami League politician, Bangladesh's governing party. These were not traditional militants who'd emerged from poverty and a madrasa education to become violent jihadis. It's this that's most shaken Bangladeshis, symbolised perhaps by the final resting place of these 5 deeply misguided young men.
This is the Zurain graveyard. Very obscure graveyard, very far away from. I didn't know it existed. He works here, and he's going to show us the 5 graves of the terrorists who died in Holy Artisan.
This is an extremely peaceful spot. We're walking down a very leafy avenue, mango trees and palm trees. You said this is an obscure graveyard.
Yeah, it's quite far away from the center of the city. There isn't a proper road even to come here.
Well, we just come by rickshaw.
Yes, we had to take a rickshaw.
At the back of the cemetery, the graves of the 5 militants lie side by side. After the Holy Artisan siege, no family members came forward to claim the bodies.
This grave is number 22, then another 23, 24, 25, 26.
And these are just marked by a piece of bamboo that's stuck into the mud just at the head of the grave. But there are no names here.
There is no name whatsoever. It was written in the certificate that these are claimed unknown people.